Amazing. I believe we are all set over here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Actually, earlier today, I was at another space event with different audience, and I mentioned like, hey, I'm going to about to have an space event, right? Talking about AI agent. They heard, wow, I'm going to interview several amazing speakers, right, from our Mind Network and from Fala Network, so it's 10 Opera AI. So they are super excited and they asked me to ask some questions over here. And that's why I have prepared several questions as well from our committee members. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Before we officially started, hello, everyone. Welcome to Lee's Great Space event. We're going to talk about AI agent. Of course, this is definitely a trending topic right now, right? In Web 2 and Web 3 spaces. We're so glad to have you all. Moonlight will be your host today. I'm also Director of Marketing Strategy from Menta Network. And today we're so happy to have Christian, the CEO and co-founder from Mind Network, so Marvin, founder from Fallout Network, and Professor Salman from the founder of Chain Opera AI to join us with great discussions. And we would like to first invite them to introduce themselves as well as their project to us. First, we'd like to hand microphone to Christian. Thank you.
Thanks, Moonlight. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me today. Glad to be here. I'm Christian, co-founder of Mind Network. Mind Network is an FHE infrastructure layer for Web3, specifically for AI. FHE, for those who don't know, is fully homomorphic encryption. It's it is quantum resistant encryption. It's the holy grail of cryptography, and it's what will allow us to all have some proprietorship over our data in the next version of the web. So that's a little bit about us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christian, for the intro. And feel free to bring Mind Network's official handle over here so we could bring it up to the stage as well. And next, we'd like to bring microphone to Marvin, founder from Fallout Network. This is actually the second time that we have space event together in a short time frame, right? Thank you so much for joining us again.
Nice to meet you here, Moonlight, again. And hi, everyone. This is Marvin. I'm the co-founder of Fala Network. We are aiming to provide affordable cryptographic computation solutions to many Web3 native use cases. And our main technology is blockchain and TEE, which is short for Trusted Execution Environment, a hardware security solution to run, the Web3 backend. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us here today, Marvin. And next, we would like to sincerely inviting Professor Salman over here. He is also a co-founder at Chain Opera AI to join us. Would you like to introduce yourself and your project? Thank you.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Pleasure to be here. This is going to be an exciting conversation. Maybe a bit of about Chain Opera. What we are bringing is co-ownership and co-creation to the world of Web3 AI agents. What we mean is we want people to contribute their data, their compute to build better agents that have utility. And on the co-creation, we are looking forward to bringing AI developers, right, and AI framework builders to empower much better agents in the world of Web3 AI. That's what our project is about.
Nice. Thank you so much for the intro. And I see we have Mind Network's official handle over here. I'm going to invite you as a co-host. Feel free to accept as well. And also, Fallout Network and as well as our Chain Opera AI's official handles. Feel free to join us on the stage as well, so our audience can give them a follow. Right now, I'm very exciting. This is about 7 p.m. Eastern Time in New York. Very cold weather, but our space is heating up, and we have over 900 live audience joining us on X Spaces, and we have over 2,000 live audience on Fineside because today we are streaming on 2 platforms at the same time. So, friends, you will not miss very important discussions over here. The first question we'd like to talk about is, what do you see as the current limitation or bottlenecks in the Web3 AI agent landscape? Because we've seen people using AI agent to do different things, right? Like to analyze data or on-chain events, right? Or AI agents that they have voice that they could like copying, for example, Donald Trump or other famous public figures, right? And then creating amazing space events. That's also, quite cool. But What key advancements are necessary to drive the next leap in this field? That's the question I would like to learn about. And how about let's have a free discussion, so we don't necessarily need to follow the order on our banner. We could just, depending on, when you wanted to jump in and then discuss about it. Oh, I happen to see that my networking actually just dropped, and Christian also just dropped. Maybe it's due to connection issues, but that's okay. I will invite them back again. And I saw Marvin, unmute yourself. Feel free to open your mic. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course. I want to invite Mr. Soman to give the first insight, kind of like feedback, right, based on this question. Um, to me, uh, I would say, actually, like the benchmark of crypto AI agents is not that high, you know. Um, uh, Basically, any AI agent who have meme coin can be called crypto AI agent. I'm not like making a statement. I just describing what's happening in the market now. So, to this, I would say there's no bottleneck, right? Like, uh, yeah, but to fetch whatever like people's wishes in for example autonomous AI agent or economy driven AI agents or like unstoppable AI agents or the AI agents can do amazing things. Like I think this there's a big barrier still there. For example, uh, there are very few very popular AI agents in the crypto meme coins is able to make trading or on-chain transactions as free to go, like based on natural language input. So I think the bottom line is not on how AI agent can understand people's intention, but more like it's just the cross-chain or multi-smart contract abstraction is not ready yet. For example, there's many details. For example, like to if an AI agent need to be able, to do autonomous trading by itself, we call them auto trading. You need to like abstract the real on-chain data into kind of its RAG session so that you can understand where to abstract data and where to use it, and then make a decision and then make the moves, right? I think the making move part is pretty neutral already. It's already there. Like any AI agent have a, let's say, Coinbase API or whatever API, they can already enable the trading experience here. But I think the understanding, the REG component, and and all the reasoning component is kind of missing part for now. So yeah, this is, I would say, the first bottleneck. The second thing is how these AI able unstoppable or run as autonomous. So this is actually one of the PMF TE match in the previous couple of weeks. But I would say it's just still a beginning, right? Like, there's a long way to go. Because to make an AI agent really autonomous and unstoppable, it needs to be how to say at least pay everything for itself, and whenever it makes some money, it can pay the bills for the servers and LLM inference services. And besides that, if you have a goal and all of these agent actions need to kind of run based on these goals. So yeah, to be honest, I think there's many things to go. And yeah, the last word is I still kind of like super excited, but unfortunately I haven't seen many of these. Is multi AI agents can work autonomous but with each other. Such it's quite like a very common or Euro thing, right? In traditional AI agents, like if you're using codes or you're using some chain of thought functions in the AI agent, Yeah, and it's super easy, right? Like I can create an agent to convert my intention into some prompt as agent A, and then I can create an agent B that connect with the prompt into Mid Journey, and I can also use the output pictures from Mid Journey into um, the video models such as Sora. So actually, I create three AI agents and they can work with each other to break down my complexity jobs. I think in Web3 or crypto AI, this is still early. I haven't seen such cases yet, but I believe like the technology is already there. So we just need to wait and see. Yeah.
Nice and very exciting to see more AI agent that could just become very common in the Web3 space and helping us to work more efficiency, right? Thank you so much, Marvin, for sharing your insight with us. And of course, we would like to check with our speakers, Professor Selman or Christian. Would you like to tackle on this topic as well? Thank you.
Definitely. I don't know, Christian, if you want to go ahead first, please feel free. I would be happy
That's okay.
to also talk about this.
You kicked it off. No, by all means, go ahead.
Sounds great. I think Marvin mentioned a great thing. Means I think the number one is utility, right? So currently, maybe Web3 AI agent, the bar is low. You have a Web2 agent with token, right? Everybody gets excited. This becomes a Web3. That's the current theme. But there could be much more. And I think what Marvin mentioned in general is the utility of the agents. For example, we recently had like a very nice meeting with many agent developers, right? They have great ideas on creating autonomous agents. They can do many tasks. They can do, various, tasks from crypto, from AI, from daily life, etc. But then you look at the existing launchpads, right? They have very basic API and tooling that is needed for creating those agents. So for example, API in terms of what data they can access, what actions they can take, so on and so forth. So I think that's going to be very important to maybe go to the next phase that is not driven by hype, but utility. But I can add maybe other things in terms of what Web3 AI agents can go. For example, currently I see they are not integrated well with the Web3 ecosystem or the decentralized ecosystem, right? So for example, if you look at the Web3 AI agents, right, they are just using Web2 models. They're running on centralized cloud, right? Maybe AWS or other clouds, right? They are not using maybe the technology, the decentralized technology for feeding them, giving them resources, giving them security, giving them, privacy, giving them access to the data, so on and so forth. So they are detached from the Web3 ecosystem. And I think that integration is going to be fundamentally needed to create a viable economy, right? Because of course there is going to be the demand side and there is going to be the supply side, which is compute, data, and models, right? So we need this integration between Web3 world and AI world for making them truly decentralized AI agents. So that's like the second, that I mentioned is kind of connecting to the decentralized ecosystem. And of course, trust and security is also a big component, not just compute and data. The third that I can mention is about co-ownership. And it's kind of the only way currently maybe you can get ownership or participate in a Web3 AI agent economy is by buying the token of that agent. But I think this should be much more fundamental way for people to contribute maybe their data for making better agents that they all use. Maybe you have extra compute, you can contribute your compute to making those agents to be scalable. And let's say from AI side, somebody comes up with better frameworks for multi-agentic systems that they can interact with each other. There should be a way to reward them for them to be part of this ecosystem. All right, so I think co-ownership, utility, and integration with the decentralized system, I would see that as the three bottlenecks currently. I will pause here. Maybe I pass to Christian.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll pick up the scraps, gentlemen. You covered a lot of territory. I think that's largely so. I agree with all of that. And I think that a lot of what we're seeing right now is kind of window dressing with AI agents. So you've got like Bully and a lot of these agents are really just either it's somebody behind it, or it's a great reply guy on Twitter. It's good at making copy every 3 seconds, 24/7. But those quickly they were fleeting, I think, and it's once you see the novel of that, it wears off quickly. And so the idea is, well, look, what we've always dreamed about AI doing for decades and decades is making our lives easier. What's it really going to do? And right now, you can't even really schedule a publishing task. If you wanted an agent to be your permanent marketing assistant, you can't even say, okay, I want you to publish unique content that you research 5 times a day in perpetuity and do it every single day. Here's my account login for Twitter. Here's my account login for YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Now go do this. So that's the first step, is we just have to get to that point, which I think is going to be obviously achieved through agents. You need to have different agents with core competencies working together. And then, as Salman just touched on, there is this issue of like, well, we have to kind of untether AI from its current human oversight, which is like, number one, who's going to change the behavior of who's going to modify the behavior of these models over time? Right now, that's the developer that's doing that. Who's going to host? Who gets the access to the wallet? So if it's generating money, if it's making money right now, that's the developer sees that, the host operator sees this information. So we have to figure out, well, how are we going to make that more secure and really provide some sort of like proprietorship over the agent, or over the swarm, or the group of agents. And then, how do we deal with the fact that agents if it's going to be a truly autonomous agent, it has to have an account. It has to have accounts, right? It has to make API calls. You have to have accounts, and to be able to use cloud or hardware. So, funding, we have to figure out the account situation. So these are all things we have to do to kind of untether AI, to let it really truly grow and allow and do tasks and handle things for us that humans have always dreamed of AI being able to do for decades. So I think we're close, but right now those are the bottlenecks.
Got it. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for answering the question to us. And I saw we have lots of comments on Binance Live over here. And I also saw supportive community members saying, we will revolutionize the market together. Nice. Thank you so much, everyone. And feel free to post your questions to us if you have any questions that you would like to ask today's speakers. The next discussion topic we would like to cover is about, well, how can blockchain or Web3 technology address these challenges that you just mentioned about, and what unique advantages do they bring to the AI agent ecosystem overall? And again, let's do this as an kind of like open discussion, so we don't have to follow orders and we can just discuss naturally. Thank you.
I'll kick it off. I like to compare to centralized AI a lot. I just think that that's the goalpost we should be going toward, because centralized AI is making all the moves. Those are the biggest names. That's where most of the trust lies. They're the ones that are going to ship products, because in some ways it's easier for them to do so. But we know that Google's launching agents. We know Anthropic's launching agents. OpenAI just launched tasks. When they launch these agents, first of all the inference, again, they're going to keep that as they have been. They'll have sole responsibility and power over changing the models, behavior modifications. All the value accrual will just go up into those organizations. So I think it's really, really important that we get agents to work in decentralized on decentralized rails. And so in that, when you look at the key demarcation from centralized to decentralized, the key demarcation point is consensus. That means that on decentralized rails, there has to be consensus, which means that if you're going to have a bunch of agents working for you, they have to work together. Sometimes you'll need to get agents coming back to you. They need to have consensus first before they answer a task or a query. So if you look at AIXBT, by the way, which has been a really popular agent on Twitter, because it actually is dropping some alpha, it actually is giving really great updates, and like it has some really hot takes on certain projects, and it's finding hot projects that get listed, but it also contradicts itself a lot. So if we want higher accuracy in the output, we need to have agents actually figuring it. They have to all do their own work and then come together. And so that's something where blockchain technologies like encryption methods or TEE kind of come into play here, because you can start to create a shared private state for them to do that, which allows the agents and the developers to have some proprietorship. It allows for more security, so it can't be hacked. So if somebody can't come in and compromise the network by trying to run an agent that purposely throws off the consensus or throws off the outputs. And so this is something where I think Web3 is actually advancing these technologies faster than their centralized counterparts. So I think we have a distinct advantage there.
Thank you so much for sharing your viewpoint with us. And yeah, we would like to check if Professor Salman or Marvin, you would like to add your viewpoint in this discussion topic. Thank you.
Sure, I think there is a lot actually in the Web3 to offer, the world of agents. I think that was great topics that Christian mentioned. Maybe I start from technology side, right? If you think about, we have a decentralized technology. I think the biggest promise of decentralization in terms of technology enabler is scalability, right? So for example, think about like basic internet, right? Is massively scalable because we have decentralized protocols like TCP/IP that can connect everybody, in a decentralized manner, in a scalable manner, and fuel the entire internet. I think the same thing in the world of AI, right? Through scalability, we can bring in the power of compute and data that is needed for much better agents, right? So for example, you think about companies, right? OpenAI, right? They spend a lot of money on serving their applications, ChatGPT, right? About $1 million a day. These things are not scalable for a startup company to think about building AI applications, AI agents, and scaling them. Decentralization can help make it scalable, make it affordable. Then you think about the next bottleneck in the centralized AI world is the data, right? Currently, on every public data, every open data, it is being trained, and it's unlikely that there is going to be massive gain through pre-training. But on the other hand, if there is incentive for people to contribute to building agents that they benefit from, then you can think about personalized agents that understand you, they're tailored to you, and you get a next leap in performance, right? Because there is, they are built for us. So this would be, I think, from a technology side, again, scalability, I think, is very important. Then from other aspects of decentralization and blockchain system is it's transparent, right? People can have a say on where these agents are going, what value system is going to be there, right? What is it that they are encouraging? What is it that they are censoring? So on and so forth. I think these are important matters as we use AI everywhere, right? We want it to be open. We want it to be voted on by the community. They have a say in what these AIs are doing. Who do they serve, right? Are they serving a centralized entity for more profit, or are they serving us for our task and getting the benefit? So I think that's also important. And again, the security decentralization would matter in this aspect. Third one, I would say from economy. I think, currently the economy system, if you look at it, all the excitement in the maybe AI world is driven by applications. For example, even let's say ChatGPT as a very, popular application, huge excitement, but they all lose money. Who is gaining the money? The winner is NVIDIA and the chip maker. So it's kind of the economy is not built for agent or application builders and developers. Although they bring in the fame, they bring in the hype, they bring in the excitement, they don't make any profit, right? So it's kind of built for makers. I think through decentralization, we can change the world, give more power to people who are building the agents, for people who are using them for their daily tasks, to be part of this economy and maybe reversing it, right? And I think that's what can be very exciting, what we can call AI by the people, for the people. So these are some thoughts I had on how decentralization can help us.
Nice. AI by the people and for the people. Thank you so much for the fantastic perspective. And certainly blockchain's transparency and decentralized nature clearly offer unique solutions to the challenges that we so face by AI agents. We would also like to hear the viewpoint from Marvin representing Fallout Network. Thank you.
I think both Christian and Professor already described like their insights pretty well. So I only have 2 cents here. Like I think the if you want to apart from what what are the factors, so how we can identify, right, what is crypto AI agents with the normal agents. I think the most important thing, of course, is AI agents have a crypto, but besides that, I think there are many like more factors. For example, like crypto agents in general, they control a higher power, so it can impact a lot of people, and it's too public, and it's powered by community, endorsed by community. I think that's a major difference. So even though there's some like crypto AI users who don't have a token, still I could be super popular. And yeah, so and I think crypto token, of course, they it just gathered people's backing as a like each individual community. So in this case, TLDR, I would say crypto AI agents are like have a higher um, level, or have higher power compared with the power of human. And in the otherwise, like, well, I'm using any Web2 AI agents. I just use them like a tool, and I give them command to make their job there, and that's it. But the relationship between crypto AI agent and human society is kind of more complexity than that, right? Like for example, if you piss it off and it's some bad words on social media, it probably like hurt your financial uh, situation a little bit. And if this agent do something wrong, it can hurt your financial too, and also kind of like lose the confidence from community backing. So in this person, I would say like crypto AI agents have higher power than normal agents. No matter if this makes sense, or no matter why, of course, it's apparently crypto AI agents don't have higher intelligence than any others, but it just have the power. So in this case, it means like the decentralization technology itself, or the transparency level we are requiring to these crypto AI agents, based on that demand, it is indeed need to be well monitored or well explainable, so that when some, I mean that's the nature. If some individual have higher power, you want to lock the power, or to see how the power can be governed, can be managed in a best way. That's the nature. So I would say like the demand driven for blockchain, FHET, federal machine learning, all of these technologies. When we are trying to build our service in crypto AI agents, the true demand is based on that. They have power. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much, Marvin, for sharing your viewpoint on this discussion topic as well. And I saw that we are being featured on the front page of Binance Live, which attract already over 3,000 live views over there on Binance, and also over 1,000 live views on X Spaces. Thank you so much, everyone. Feel free to post your questions or comments over here, and later we're going to check them out, and we will also select some very constructive questions to ask our speakers as well. The following topic we would like to talk about is what are the potential breakthrough for FHE and TE based AI agents, and what are the overall breakpoints for AI agents? Can we see like another surge over here in the Web3 space? Because over time, well, I think most of the Web3 users, I would say the majority of them actually paying too much attention on token prices, right? When we talk about different AI agent, although like we use them to do certain tasks, but the majority of Web3ers are still paying attention to the price of the tokens, right? So can we find any other areas or potentials for the FHE and T-based AI agents? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's the billion-dollar question. Like these two gentlemen have said, Solomon and Marvin have said, what's the point of building decentralized AI if it's not going to be for the people, and if we don't have an opportunity to benefit economically? if not commercially, from these agents. So what's the business model going to be? And I think that we don't exactly know what it's going to be yet. So, like, is it going to be that there's going to be a few agents that do a really great job and you can basically own that token and therefore partake in the appreciation of that token, or you get to use the insights from that agent? Is it going to be that everybody gets to deploy their own agent and you'll own that agent, you'll own the inference, you'll be able to have some proprietorship over the data, you'll be able to train it with like a no code, you'll be able to like train it with no code, so not everyone has to have coding understanding to have their own agent? Or is it going to be these kind of swarms concepts where you have a bunch of agents going out doing tasks on behalf of a person or a group or a DAO? All three of those are in play right now, and I think the three projects on this spaces right now are all working at the foundational level to make sure that at least the foundation is put in place for any one of these business models, if any one of them proliferate, so that individual people can partake in the economic value that agents or swarms create, either because you can actually you can keep consensus among the agents. So if agents are truly owned by the DAO or by an individual or the community, the data that that agent is collecting and all the inference does get to be kept kind of proprietor, to that group. So they're actually just not giving it away. So other agents can't come in and just take all that valuable data or the training parameters. Making sure that these things work, make these agents actually work faster and more efficiently because they're coming together, they're coming to a consensus in a shared private state. So that's one application of FHE. But overall, I think protecting there's a lot of data here that we have to try to put some boundaries around so that it can have some proprietorship by the community or by the individual, so they can enjoy the economic rewards going forward. Otherwise, the only economic rewards they'll be able to enjoy are owning the token or getting airdrops, or buying into the DAO, minting an NFT. Like with AI16Z DAO, you can kind of buy in and get it that way. So we want to make it a little bit more dynamic for individuals to enjoy the economic benefits from the productivity that these agents will hopefully be producing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christian. And actually, Yao, after you mentioned AI agents by communities, right? Well, we have follow-up questions from our audience, but I will save that for later. And we would like to hear the viewpoints from Professor Xiaomen or Marvin. What do you think might be the potential breakthroughs for FHE based AI agents, or the overall breaking points for AI agents to have the next surge in the Web3 space? Thank you.
Yeah, I can go first. I think Christian make a very good point. Another add-up comment would be, I think the special part of using the Merity or FHEs to enable the autonomous features of AI agents, which can as the time passed by, we've been through a very crazy 3 months, like very FOMO, everybody aping. But as the time passed by, I think the special features we can extract from Web3 AI agents is how it can be a self-evolution and take over the jobs that human can barely do well. So, for example, right, crypto have a bad reputation on like manipulate the market, like in the SEO stage, right? Like a lot of founders say, "Hey, I'm doing an SEO, give me money, and I'll send you over the token." Actually, Donald Trump just do it, right? But sometimes because we have our own kind of weakness, right? We are greed. Sometimes we change our mind, right? We say one thing and then we turn over from it. We didn't finish our original promise to the public. These are the things that I believe a lot of human can do it well, but like it's just a nature. So sometimes we are not good at it. But I do think pre-programmable and well pre-trained or enforced action AI agents can do these things that human are not good at. So that's what I'm expecting from the space. Truly autonomous AI agent can be a very good CEO for not a company but for himself, for some mission, right, for some goals. So like For example, if you give AI agents like a complex, for example, like non-chain based framework, like long complexity status driven AI agent can do really hard job. I can tell him like, hey, I need to do something, blah blah, and it can break down into several steps and execute it. If it's well done, then give me some result. If it's not well done, then it just keep back to the loop, doing it again until they make it. So this is KPI driven machine. I think AI agents is very kind of it's just a very well made for that. And this is what like some human leadership is bad at. So I'm super excited to see if there's any kind of financial or DAO evolution based on AI agents plus with some original smart contract or blockchain game rules. So these agents can play a part that we are not good at. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marvin. And we also like to see if Professor Selman also wanted to share your viewpoint. Thank you.
Sure. Maybe more broadly, I think there has been in the past couple of years a lot of advancement in security privacy, like so hardware security, T, right? Maybe software security, homomorphic encryption, right? There is MPC, multi-party computing on the privacy, federated learning, right? So for example, in FedML, we have been doing a lot of work to make it practical, scalable. So maybe broadly, the way I see their role is, right, not everything can be on-chain, especially in the AI world, right? In the AI, models are huge, data is huge, right? Data needs to be kept private as we interact with it, as it was mentioned by Christian, Marvin, right? So it's kind of this technology help us to use all these compute data which are off-chain in a secure private manner. Where they're going to come in play, I think that's where the different frameworks and different applications may need different technologies, right? So for example, maybe you want to do simple models, like smaller models. FHE currently is very scalable, can work fast, but as the models become huge, the data becomes huge, maybe the FHE scalability may not be there, right? If you're looking only for privacy, not security, then you can use federated learning, right? So it's kind of a mix and match. The beauty of it is right now there are a variety of options available on where to use which technology. And I feel, one reason we are talking about decentralized AI is to have more security, more privacy, more ownership. So this highlights much more the need for why there should be projects that work on maybe bringing T to the world of AI, Web3 AI, bringing MPC, bringing homomorphic encryption, federated learning, etc. So I think it's great. It's like a real and exciting use case and a very challenging use case of these technologies that we are going to use them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for Selma. Actually, just answer our audience question. Right? We have some people asking, can you share any use cases of Web3 AI agent scenarios? That's great. Thank you. And well, let's go to our next discussion topic over here. We'd like to learn about as we see that Web3 and AI kind of like integrating together, right? What role do decentralized networks and tokenized incentives play in fostering collaboration, innovation, and trust within the AI agent ecosystem? And how can these mechanisms shape the future of Tokyo?
I'll chime in with an idea that should be front and center after this weekend when the president of the United States launched his own meme token and showed the world the future of capital formation. So I think that's a big one, is capital formation around an idea. It's never been easier to pull together 3, 5, 10, $15 million around simply a Gitbook. And we're seeing that happening now quite a bit. And this AI agent space is moving faster than anything I've seen in the 7 or 8 years I've been paying attention to crypto. And there is so much traction that's happening and funding that's happening around a Gitbook and a Twitter page. So capital formation, I think, is going to drive innovation. And I'll let these two gentlemen drop their thoughts on other ways that these two spaces merge.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christian, for that great example. And we also like to hear from Professor Selman or Marvin. Thank you.
Oh yeah. So quick thought is I think I think the meaning of Donald Trump issue like meme coin could just open another door for this summer entirely. Of course I don't judge the actions, right? Like the intention behind the actions, right? Are they trying to grab a lot of treasury for their family or what? Like I don't know that, but I think to a consumer market, it definitely bring in a lot of newbies in town. For example, in just the last 3 days, I guess I saw some numbers like Moonshot got couple of I think 500K new users registrations. So that's other centralized exchanges. The more and more people who never used crypto before begin to pick up their phone and download these apps. So that's definitely good news for everyone. But there's another meaning to these meme coins, which means it remind me like the 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when the first time I know about TikTok, right? I know a lot of teenagers and like 20 years old people, young men, get addicted to it, paying the short videos again and again, and their parents or the older ones kind of speed on it and say, hey, what does bring to you, right? Like you're so addicted to it, right? Just drop your phone and do some actual work. Uh, I feel the same, but like it's after 3 years, right? You see everyone is using TikTok as their marketing platform now. No one like judge. Of course, US is banning it, but no one judge the if anyone is using it, right? It's not toxic signal anymore. It's just a tool. It's just another Netflix, right? Nothing special here. So you'll be surprised how people can adopt it with the environment and the new technologies, new applications, and how fast a good idea can be expand to the entire community. So I would say like in this time, Donald Trump actually show some sample. Hey, issue a meme coin, it actually means nothing, right? It doesn't require you to do a lot of preparations, write a white paper or do this, do that. It's not serious. Why so serious? Just pick up your phone and issue a token. Issue a token is nothing to anyone. And this kind of signal move will drive a strong market that to consumer. Basically anyone who can raise attention from market can have a token now, and they will, and they're doing it. So I would say it changed the crypto consumer for a massive way. And we as the builders, we as the founders, who actually are very into technology, we just need to be well prepared for that market change. So when we're building stuff, we need to consider, okay, is that something really the today's consumer needed, right? So that our product can have a PMF to them. Yeah, so that's my random thought.
Thank you so much, Marvin. So yes, we do hope that we could see more and more products are being built, and those are really the consumers wanted to have, right? And I would like to check if Professor Selman wanted to answer this question as well.
Yeah, this was great already. I think economy is number one. That was mentioned. It's kind of the current ecosystem for conventional fundraising for AI companies and maybe growing the base. We see that they are struggling a lot to build profitability, right? So maybe Web3 is the right way. It's kind of driven around builders, around users to incentivize them for AI. So I think that can be great and maybe more profitable for AI companies to take the route of decentralization, right, and centered around their own users. The second, I would say, is kind of, I mean, these agents, if we believe they're going to be our personal assistant, using our data, doing our tasks, so on and so forth, it's super important for us to have ownership in them, trust in them, right, and making sure they are working to benefit us, not their centralized entity who has designed them, right? We are not just the user. We are kind of living by the AI. So in that regard, right, Web3 AI agents or decentralization is going to be very important. And maybe broader, thinking about a longer horizon for AI and humanity, right? If we think about AI is going to evolve by itself and humanity living alongside of each other, I think we are talking about them as fiction for now, but I think it's going to be more and more real as AI becomes more autonomous. They can take actions, so on and so forth. I think having the right value system and the transparency, the trust is going to be very critical for the future of this technology, wherever it's going to lead, right? So it cannot be that, right, there is no way for us to see how this technology is being developed and just trusting on some centralized entities building them for us, right? We should view them as a technology alongside of us, all of us being using it, and we should have a say in how this is being developed.
Thank you so much, Professor Selvin. And I know everyone's time is very precious. So yeah, feel free to leave. We will just start to answer some questions from our audience, and feel free to leave if needed. Once again, thank you for your time, gentlemen. And thank you, Professor Selvin. Thank you, Christian and Marvin. Okay, over here, I saw that we already got close to 4,000 live views on Binance Live and tons of questions over here. Let me start to pick some interesting ones, as we definitely would like to answer our audience questions over here. Okay, we have builders over here, or maybe young students, right, asking what are the key skills or knowledge areas for developers looking to build in Web3 AI Asian ecosystem. Thank you. Do we have any speaker wanted to help our audience to answer this question? Thank you.
Yeah, I can maybe say a little bit. I mean, we work very closely with the developer community, right? And we invite them to come work with us building better frameworks for agents. So maybe at a high level, you can think about AI agents, right? It's going to be a powerful model as this brain, for example, that can be a large language model like GPT-4 or open source like Llama or whatever community built model that understand the task. After that, this agent is going to work with various APIs, right, to execute the task, right? So I think on that side, I see a lot of room for contributing to building better frameworks with better API tooling. For example, we have various projects that you bring in maybe API tooling from search engines, right, from data feeds. For example, let's say you want to build an AI agent that gives a recommendation for what meme coins are getting attention, right? So those API tooling is going to be very important to build better, exciting agents. So that I would call it is on the AI side. On the Web3 side, and maybe on the crypto side, I would say there is a lot of exciting problems related to figuring out in this ecosystem how much or how large each player has contributed. Right? If you think about, there should be various ways to encourage people to contribute and get rewarded in building better AI. For example, how much does each piece of data improve the quality of a model? How much does each compute improve that? How would I prove those contributions? That's where we are building something called proof of intelligence, which is along these sides. It's like at the end of the day, the important thing is that all these things should be provable, transparent, right? How would we bring these proof concepts to model training, model inference, data contribution, GPU contribution, and a lot of tools in the both cryptography, AI, is going to be useful for building these technologies. Maybe that's the high level view.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Professor Selvin, for answering the question. And that does help a lot to our potential builders in the Web3 Asian space. And I also see that we have questions over here, okay, asking Well, or Marvin and Christian, would you like to add any points over here? Thank you.
Yeah, I think that question is a good one. So yeah, I can pick it up. I think this is the best age in crypto in the last 5 years for individual builders. What I mean, individual builder is probably still in college. It's just a graduate, just working already, but like wondering what it can do with crypto. So in this stage, you don't need go after VCs anymore. VCs money are not that good for very early stage idea. What you need to do is just pick up the idea and input into some analyzer AI agent to help you, give you an overview, evaluate on the idea, and then use other AI agents to build it, right? Use Cursor or whatever. So and launch it with a meme coin. That is very simple. You can do it in 48 hours, just to test the water out. And if the idea is really good, market will buy in, and you probably get more positive feedback, and just keep dedicating more resources. Grab your friends, to help you building a serious business. If the market feedback is negative, then you don't probably can switch to another idea and keep going. So I think yeah, it's not just happening in crypto space, right? In last year, for example, Midjourney, and we see too many kind of two-man company earn a lot of build $1 billion worth of company. So this is super possible today, only powered by AI. Yeah, but another for crypto AI agents, it's even better than if you build an idea in just AI. I also talk with many founders in AI space. So the problem is you can become, if your idea is really good and you ship fast, then you probably earn a lot of subscriptors, right? Like to for your service, to pay for your service in 30 days. So maybe if you post a very cool demo on Twitter, then you probably become a superstar in a minute. 1,000 likes, something like this, and raise attention from YC, from A16Z. So that is good. But what after that is the competition is really crucial, because the competition barrier is low, right? Anyone can build AI agent. So probably there are another 50 teams jumping into the space and begin to compete with your service, and it will make your front run advantage very hard to maintain. And a lot of used to popular ideas or services shutting down in the next 6 months. So this is what exactly happening in the AI space. In crypto is another story, because the front run advantage can keep on running, because if you move faster, you ship the idea faster, you're probably not just working by yourself. There's an entire crypto community who buy your token, share the same vision with you, backing you, and they work together with you to and do marketing for you. So you together move the things forward, and this is something have a barrier to make your competitor very hard to reach. So yeah, so my suggestion is, if you solo builder, this is the best time to ship something and ship faster, and don't worry about failure. You don't need to prepare for pitch deck, just to do it, and use crypto as a front run advantage tool to keep scaling. Yeah.
Thank
That's
you
a
so much, Marvin. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, Marvin just made such a good point that I'm glad he did make, and I just want to echo it to all the young developers out there, or if you're in college, the point is really, even if you were young and you had an idea, you still probably had to go raise some money. You still had to go get an angel or a VC, and the market has decided largely over the last 6 months it really likes fair launches. It doesn't care anymore if you have the backing of Sequoia or A16Z, or like, they don't need that. They want a good idea. They want a community that they get with people that share memes that they like, and you're off to the races, and you can bootstrap a project easier than ever before. So it's a really great point that Marvin made. I just wanted to double down on it.
Thank you so much, Christian. And also thank you for sharing the overview of Asian frameworks in the comments. I also ping it on the top of our space bin so everyone can take a look at that. And I know everyone's time is very tight. So how about let's do a wrap up? Would you like to share any additional information that we haven't covered yet before we end this session? Thank you. How about let's starting from Christian representing my network. Thank you.
I think just in the way of things that kind of final thoughts, you mean?
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
I think, yeah. Look, so generally we are concerned with an agent economy that does benefit the average user and that allows people to participate in more ways than just buying the token that represents the agent or the platform. Like a Virtuals, for example. We really are interested in. There was a great meme I saw the other day that said, "I didn't want AI to do all of my writing and my art, so that I would have more time to clean my dishes in my house. I wanted AI to clean my dish in my house so I would have more time to do writing and art." And I thought that was a really poignant meme because we are all waiting for AI to finally take over the tasks that we don't want to do or that we can't do yet, or so we're really focused on looking for backing projects that are doing that. Obviously, we're not an Asian platform, but we're trying to help secure the data within these frameworks so that there can be some proprietorship and there can be ownership at the retail level. And so that's what we're focused with. And FHE is one of the premier tools in making that happen.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Christian. And I also see that tomorrow morning, 10 EST, you will chat with Sworn's funder, right? That's super cool. I'm going to set a reminder over there and join the space event tomorrow as well. Thank you. And next, we would like to bring my phone to Professor Selman. Would you like to share any ending thoughts with us? Thank you.
Definitely. I think it was a great panel, a lot of great discussions. I think I agree with Christian in the sense that we are excited also that there is going to be a great economy being created through Web3 AI agents. More importantly, it's kind of this economy built around maybe many developers to empower them to build great products and users to be part of that, let it grow. I think these are all going to be exciting things. And in the long run, going back around the idea of co-ownership, co-creation, building agents for humanity, and bringing trust and security for everyone in the AI. I think that's what we stand for. And there was a lot of good consensus in this panel about that. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for Selman. And next, we would like to invite Marvin, the funder from Fallout Network, to share some ending thought with us. Thank you.
Yeah. So as a wrap up, I would say the most exciting moments for us is to see the following ideas. Fully autonomous agent. It means that like every interactions with human to this agent can be monitored or just well governed, and it doesn't rely on any team or dev, so-called dev, to support the agent keep on running or self evolution. So this is one of the most exciting idea. And the second one is AFI or DFAI, whatever the name is. It means that these agents have the capability to custody funds on their own address and sending transactions on blockchain, maybe multi-chains, or doing trading, yield, payment, whatever. So we are super excited to see this utility approach because it can reconnect the legacy popular DeFi protocols on EVM and Solana, to make it great again. So I do think this is a super bullish one. The last exciting idea we are expecting to see is multi-agent communication or co-working with each other, and this is already happening, in AI space. But the special condition for crypto AI agents is each AI agent is kind of driven by different creator. So how we can connect them together? Like just imagine, right? Some agent from Sprout Fan can make contact with the agent of Zero Bro, right, and can make some moves together. I think this is a next thing possibility for these multi agents. Yeah, super excited to see all of these.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining us in today's CMA. And we have very good turnout, and incredible discussion about future of Web3 AI agents and the transformative potential that they hold. A huge shout out to my network for organizing this event, and thank you so much, Professor Selman, as well. Thank you so much, Marvin, for joining us with us, our amazing speakers, and also shout out to our audience, and thank you for sharing a lot of your comments and feedback over here. If you would like to learn more about the projects, be sure to give my network and follow network, as well as, of course, the Chain Opera AI. I follow Christian, Marvin, and for Selman, so you won't miss additional information from them. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the cutting edge of Web3 and AI. We'll see you next time. See you tomorrow at my network and Swarm Space event. Actually, it's so exciting. Thank you.
Great hosting. Thank you for having me on Moonlight. Thank you, everyone. See you.
See
Great
you
hosting,
next
Moonlight.
time. Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye.